At Integrated Aesthetics, we offer the whole range of injectable medicine. What I consider injectables are neuromodulators, and those include brands like Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin, and then fillers. And fillers are hyaluronic acid fillers, like you probably have heard of Juvederm and Restylane families, but they also include biostimulatory fillers like Sculptra and Radiesse. And our goal with fillers is either to relax muscles, or to contour the face, or to add support. So those are all of the things that we can do with injectable medicine. In order to get the most natural injectable result, it seems counterintuitive, but actually what we need to do is we need to address the entire face, because it's the entire face that's aging. And so even if someone is in their 30s, I love to give a full face consultation, because to get them back to what they looked like 5 years ago, we actually might need to add a little to their temple, a little support to the cheek. This is an area that starts to diminish in volume relatively early in life, or relatively early in your 30s. And so sometimes people think less is more, but if you think about the aging process, we age globally. So that means that our treatment plan has to be global as well.
People ask, why come to Dr. Cho? And as an injector, even though I'm a surgeon, I'm also an injector, so it's another hat that I wear. But I do carry underneath that hat a plastic surgery experience. I have an expanded view of how I view aging, what are the different solutions and options that I have to offer you. And I would say I love injecting. I love putting a needle in my hand and seeing what we can do to help achieve some artistry with the patient in front of me, to help achieve a natural and beautiful result. And in addition to that, I love teaching others on how to enhance their skills as well, whether it's teaching my patients about understanding and educating on their own journey, or whether it's teaching other injectors, and whether it's in this community, whether it's other cities in the state, or even nationally or internationally. And it's something that I really enjoy both learning, teaching, and treating patients with.
Dr. Cho and I think are very different but complementary injectors. So I think of myself as someone who really strives to achieve natural results. I like to do it like in a kind of an incremental tempo. So I like almost like natural changes over time, so no one knows that anything is happening. Dr. Cho, I think, is almost like a broader injector, so he can do very high drama. He can do very natural as well. I think the term master injector is widely used, but the reason why I consider myself a master injector or an expert injector is because I've been doing this for a long time, so I have the experience of having had lots of different injection outcomes that I can use as data points. Number two, as the field has evolved and we've gained so much knowledge about facial aging and the facial structure, I've been evolving with it. So taking in all that information and learning two new techniques that we develop as a result of that information. And then the third thing, I think, which is maybe even the most important thing, is the eye. Because you can have all the techniques, all the knowledge, but if you don't have an aesthetic eye, then you're not going to be able to create the right plan for the patient. The ideal candidate for injectables is, I would say, if just by age range, someone in their 20s, 30s, and even their 40s. But the key to know with injectables is that the closer you are to where you want to be, the easier it is to maintain. And so we all know that we're aging, right? You're gonna look different in your 30s than you did in your 20s. I'm in my 40s, and I know the last 5 years has been a lot of change for me in terms of aging. And so if you want to maintain your looks, it is better to come in earlier rather than to wait, because it's easier to maintain than it is to correct.
The newest area that I brought into the practice, and I was the very first physician from the US to go to overseas to take an extended course on learning to use ultrasound to study facial anatomy with the specific goal of helping to manage or either plan injectable procedures or help to deal with complications. So there's a lot of injections in and of themselves can be a very safe procedure, but there's a lot of potential for risk if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand the anatomy. And I love developing tools where we can take that safety to the next level.